Woo! We're gonna get to doo-doo now. Oh yeah, the boogity bop. Welcome back, my fine feathered YouTube chicklets, and thank you for coming back. Figured we'd talk today about something a little bit different. I've been reading Facebook groups again, and they're talking about neck relief on all guitars, acoustic guitars, electric ones, basses. You know, how much neck relief? What do you even have to have neck relief for? You know, all kind of questions over there about everything. So I thought that'd be a good subject for a video, and I figured I'll just make you one and explain to you what neck relief is even there for. And of course, it depends on a lot of things. It depends on how you play, your touch, your muscle control, whether you lightly touch or you squeeze hard. It depends on the gauge of strings. Of course, it depends on the instrument. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to get you and bring you over here. And I'll try to show you on this. This is that Gibson Dove. If you saw the video where I worked on the brace, and you'll see it's still here. So that's proof I ain't been working on guitars. Can't see shit, man. Cannot see at all, hardly. Today's been one of the worst days. Dropped the crap in my eyes too early today, I think. Anyways, I'll get you and bring you over here, and we'll talk about neck relief. What good is it? What's it do? What purpose does it serve? Hold on. Alright, neck relief. What good is it? I ain't even put the strings back on this guitar yet. Or the pins or anything. Done anything, man. I haven't worked on no guitars. I'll send them all back until I get over this. Anyways, enough of that. Neck relief is forward bow in your neck, okay? It's not back bow, not with the hump in the middle. That's back bow. Neck relief is just the opposite of that. It's this way, as you all know. The reason for it being is for the strings to vibrate and move. When you pluck a string down here, that string turns in a elliptic pattern. The whole string, as it vibrates in a round pattern. It vibrates the very most right in the center, okay? It'll be about your 12th fret usually. That's where the pattern's going to be the biggest there. And of course, you got neck relief all along there that you should be able to adjust. So the way that works, that elliptic pattern, that energy in the string, as it dies down, it oscillates from the center to both ends. And then as it dies down, it comes back to the center a little bit and then back to both ends. And it keeps oscillating, doing that until it dies, until it, quits ringing, so to speak. A lot of people don't know that. I'll put a picture up right here. That's why we can get our action very low at both ends. Of course, you don't have any action back here, but say it's your nut up here, because it vibrates, it moves such a small amount up there. You with me? Even when the energy splits and goes to both ends of the string, it's still, it's half what it was in the middle, or less than that, because it's dying as we speak with every second that passes. So the vibration and the movement is getting smaller. Now, you want enough room, enough neck relief. I like 12,000 in my acoustic guitars and 10 in my electrics. Reason being, heavier strings on acoustic. I play 13 to 56s on acoustic, which is really heavy. But you want enough room, enough relief there, so that string has plenty of room to move however hard you pluck it without buzzing anything. And then you want your nut action to be low enough so when it oscillates back and forth and the energy is at the ends of the string, it doesn't buzz. So you can get very low there and less low here, I guess what I'm trying to say. Some people, there are a lot of players. Steve Vai comes to mind. He plays on a straight neck. He's got such a light touch, man, and he plays on a straight neck. And there's some others I just can't think right now because I'm having a hell of a time seeing anything. But Steve plays on a straight neck, and I know this because I have a book that's got a bunch of the big players' names in it, and their setups, and the whole entire setup, the gauge string, the brand string, everything they use. I need to find that too because I'm going to look some stuff up in it. Anyways, that's the reason, the main reason for having relief. Now, like I say, you can play on a straight neck, and you can get your action very low, very, very low, playing on a straight neck. But generally you want that relief in there. So like I say, when that string spins in the middle in that elliptic pattern, it's got plenty of room to breathe and move, you know, without rattling on any of the frets. I don't know if I'm explaining it very good or not. Elliptic pattern, the string, you know, it doesn't go up and down like that. It goes around and around and around, and that energy moves to the end of the string, back to the end of the string, back, and that process goes on until the string completely dies out. It's happening all the time the string is ringing out. That's what I'm trying to say, I think. But yeah, the less relief you have in your neck, the bigger chance, you know, it's going to buzz when you play it. Unless you're a really super light touch like Steve is, and me. I'm not so much on acoustic, but I'm very light on electric guitar. But that's what you got to do and look for when you set relief. Try sometime straightening your neck. Get you a level and make your neck perfectly straight. I can show you right here. This should have some relief in it. If I need a piece of paper, I can't find anything. Maybe this will work. If I put this on the neck, yeah, see, it won't go under there, but it will in the center. That's where the relief is. But try this. Straighten your neck out completely straight. You probably are going to have to tighten the truss rod to do it. Then, string it up and play it. And you'll see what I'm talking about. You'll hear it. You'll feel it. You can mess with your action if you want to. And you know, like I say, you can get the action very low. Do it playing on a straight neck, but you're not supposed to, really. It's not a given rule or anything like that. But you're just not supposed to do it. One. A lot of people didn't know or don't know that string that oscillates like that. Vibration goes from one end of the string to the other. A lot of people don't know that. If you got an acoustic guitar, put a camera down in it, take it outside, point it up the sky, lay a camera down in it, and hit the strings, and you can kind of see what's going on a little bit. With that elliptic movement I'm talking about. It's kind of distorted, but you can tell, you can see it. And right here where the camera is, you'll see it vibrate quite a lot, and then a little bit, and then quite a lot again, and a little bit. And the reason being is because that oscillation going on, the sound, vibrations, energy, whatever you want to call it, moving up and down that string, the entire ring out of it. So, hope that helps some people with the neck relief and why it's important. And, you know, like I say, some people play without it. Some don't even use any at all, man. A lot of good players, big ones, they play on a straight neck. But you can bet they have a very super light touch, because you got to have, man. I mean, you got to allow some movement or some room there for movement of the string. You know what I mean? And especially if you play hard or if you use heavy gauge strings, big strings. Basses, for instance, you know, generally you got to have quite a bit of neck relief in them. I mean, you could get by on 10. I don't know if you could get by on a bass with a straight neck or not. I've never tried that. Electric basses I'm talking about mainly, they need a lot of room to vibrate, you know. So when you're down here playing that thing and the strings is vibrating, open notes usually. For instance, I was going to show you too, if you, let's say you come down here on the 7th fret, okay, and you play the 4th string on the 7th fret, that's a G, no, it's an A note. You pluck the 4th string on the 7th fret. Okay, now that energy is traveling from the center of the note where you got it noted back to the saddles. Okay, and it continuously goes, you know, from the center up to your finger, back to the saddles, and back to the center again. And there again, it oscillates as the energy dies down and the string stops ringing. Any note that you play, that center will change. You know, because when you note a note down past the nut anywhere on the fretboard, then you just change the center of your string scale, and everything's going to change. It'll be a different tone. It'll vibrate different. The shorter that gets, the higher notes you play, the littler it moves. That's why you can get your action so low down here. But you've got to have that in the center, near the center, relief. You've got to have that relief in there normally for most people. to have your guitar set up right. And I hope this helps you. I'm going to go get something, do something with my eyes, man. I cannot see anything hardly. And wish me well, guys. I hope this helps someone out there in YouTube land. Cheers to you. One other thing I wanted to mention too. A lot of the old timers did this. If their guitar needs a neck reset, an acoustic I'm talking about, I've seen luthiers set them up this way before. If the guitar needs a neck reset, yet a neck reset doesn't happen to it, a lot of luthiers will crank the truss rod back and put back bow in the neck. Okay, you with it? Stay with me on this. Then they'll put a big old high saddle back here, and with that back bow in the neck, you know, about the middle of the neck to the nut, it's got fairly good action, but from the middle of the neck down to the last fret, the action gets very high, very fast. From about the middle of the neck, and you got the back bow, your action right in the middle is going to be low if you got the right saddle in it. Then, as it starts, as the string is a straight line, and as the neck is like this, and the string starts to leave the fretboard, it gets farther and farther, action gets higher very quickly. But I've seen luthiers set guitars up that way. A lot of them like that. I don't know if I ever did. I might have one time on one of my guitars. Just because I needed the guitar. You know, we was playing and didn't have time to reset the neck on it. So I did that. I'm pretty sure I did now I think about it. Yeah. I don't remember which guitar it was. I reset the neck on that one Martin. So it might have been the MMX model. MMV it is, yeah. Anyways. Hope it helps. Cheers. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Wow, somebody's getting shot. I'm out of here.